once again to highly questionable. Bomani, is there anything you like on the show today?
Melo, you leave us with such a conundrum and what to think of you when you complain about things.
Dale, papi.
Would you rather be the Dodgers or the Nationals tonight?
I would rather be the Nationals, but I wouldn't have a great deal of confidence in much of anything given the following. You'd want to be the Nationals because they've been the better team all season. Run differential is real good, and you're throwing Max Scherzer. But here's the part that would really scare me. Max Scherzer has allowed more home runs than anyone in baseball. He's not great against left-handers. The Dodgers can put 7 of those out there today. I wouldn't feel confident at all.
Except they're throwing Rich Hill out there on 3 days rest, the Dodgers are. You got to feel better about having the better pitcher. You get a pitcher like this, 4 games like these. You start talking about having these horses at the high end of your starting rotation. The biggest benefit in theory is that they win games like these. If you don't feel good about having Scherzer out there, I don't know why you got him on the team.
I think that boy is going to have a hell of a game tonight, buddy. This is the moment that Yasiel has been waiting for. When all the chips are down, he's going to make it happen tonight. I'm telling you, he's going to convince all the doubters that they were wrong about him.
Is he left-handed? Because I don't think he's going to play tonight.
So they're going to let him anywhere near the field?
Does Russell Westbrook sound a little salty to you?
I mean, of course Russell Westbrook is going to sound salty. We'll make anything sound salty. It just so happens that coincidentally, he actually is salty. Anyway, Kevin Durant, he plays for the Warriors now. He talked about how good it is to walk in and play with selfless players who want to play the game in its purest form. And somebody read that quote word for word to Russell Westbrook.
That's cute, man. That's cute. But, my job is to be able to worry about what's going on here, and we gonna worry about all the selfish guys we got over here, apparently. So we gonna figure that out.
Is it hard, Russ, not to take everything that he says and feel like it's a shot at you guys?
I don't care. To me, it doesn't matter. My job is to worry about here. Honestly, I'm really tired of talking about it. So anytime anybody asks me another question, I'm just not gonna answer. Just FYI. So I'm not talking about it no more.
Somewhat contradictory. I don't care, but I'm not going to talk about it anymore, and that's cute. And our selfish guys, this is going to be fun to watch. Kevin Durant told us yesterday, we just talked about this yesterday, I'm going to be more honest. This is the danger in being more honest. You're going to get this guy upset with things you say that are fairly harmless. Hey, selfless, team basketball. This guy is not the guy you want mad at you.
By the way, when Westbrook says nobody ask him about it anymore, he's not going to answer your question, believe him?
Don't ask him anymore. We go from salty to sodium. What's the highest level of salt? Don't do this because we're going to get maximum salt. You're going to die of a salt overdose.
I usually stay away from salt. It's very bad for my blood pressure.
Okay, there you go. Yes, it is. He does
I don't
stay
really
away.
care about salt. I don't know
That's
what's
fine.
going on here,
He
but
does.
I
He's
stay
very
away
careful.
from salt.
He's very careful.
Signed, the saltiest man on earth that LeBron James left this city 2.5 years ago.
Right, but actual salt he will not have. Cheesecake he'll have, not salt.
Is Melo right to feel disrespected by Slam Magazine?
Oh, Melo. Slam Magazine says that Carmelo Anthony is the 15th best player in the NBA. Now, understand, Sports Illustrated and ESPN have done similar lists. They have Melo in the mid-20s on theirs. Melo feels that this is a level of disrespect. Now, my buddy Miles Brown makes a very good point. Melo, if you think this is disrespectful and you get mad about this, we're confused when you say you'll be okay if you don't win a championship. Like, this is just a magazine list. You should know better.
I know, but why is he going after Slam, which overrates him compared to Sports Illustrated? Sports Illustrated has him at 24. That seems accurate to me. Does anyone else out there have Carmelo Anthony in the top 15 other than Carmelo Anthony these days?
I can tell you this, though. I could have warned y'all this was going to happen. No lie. 2010, I was on television, and I said that Melo was a top 10 player and not a top 5 player, and then he got on his Twitter, and he called me a hater.
Hey, Melo, when the Knicks, they win the title, all this is going to change. I was only kidding. They'll never win anything.
You know the Knicks are like the new Cleveland in terms of championship stuff now, right? Like, they are the heartbroken can't win one fans of the NBA.
Isn't it a little bit redundant that he comes in at the end of that gigantic laugh and says, I was only kidding?
Will you take Colin Kaepernick's argument over a Supreme Court justice?
I was surprised by this. Some people call me Race Bader Ginsburg. This is Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She's 80-plus years old. She's a Supreme Court justice. She's selling a book, and listen to her. She says this was dumb what Colin Kaepernick did.
I think it's really dumb of them. Would I arrest them for doing it? No. I think it's dumb and disrespectful. If they want to be stupid, there's no law that should be prevent. If they want to be arrogant, there's no law that prevents them from that. What I would do is strongly take issue with the point of view that they are expressing.
Couple things at play here. One, that's an old person. Like, that sounds like something you could see an old person saying. This old person just happens to have a job that you can't get pushed out of because it's a lifetime appointment. The other thing I think that she might want to consider is she is a Supreme Court justice. When she wants to try to do something toward a direction, she has some power to kind of make these things happen. Not everybody has that. This is the space in which most people are able to operate. She can call it stupid, but that's from a privileged place in a black robe.
It's pretty interesting that she's one of the liberal Supreme Court justices giving voice to something here. I mean, she's viewed as one of the liberal ones, and she's giving voice to something here in very strong terms by calling it dumb and disrespectful, but doing us the courtesy of saying, well, she wouldn't arrest them. What do you mean you wouldn't arrest them? Of course, you don't have the power to arrest them in a free country. How would you arrest anybody who does that? Why would you arrest anyone to do that? But I was surprised by this, that she came this strong on this. If she comes this strong on this, what do some of the more conservative people in her position think?
Is Art Briles' appearance as an advisor to the Browns problematic?
All right, Art Briles, as you may know, has a lot of free time. Hugh Jackson, as you may know, has a lot of problems with his football team. Put those two things together, and you have Art Briles as a consultant for the Cleveland Browns. And here is what Hugh Jackson says about it.
What happened at Baylor's at Baylor. I respect what you're saying and understand, and that trail. But at the same time, I think I think everybody deserves an opportunity to kind of do what they do. And again, I respect everybody's feeling, and I don't condone anything or not. But that's not for me to judge. Again, the opportunity to pick his brain and to have him be around and talk to him and get to know him, outside of all of that in a different capacity was what was important to me.
Now, the reason I think Art Briles will never coach in college again or have another head job is because he can't win a press conference. Hugh Jackson couldn't even win a press conference about the guy having a part-time job. Here's the thing, though. As long as we're not dealing with a college campus and dealing with kids, I think it's fair to bring Art Briles in to talk about football. There's a slightly different morality when you talk about professional sports. Terrible people, they get to go to work, too.
Greg Hardy is not playing football right now because all other things being equal, you don't want something like that in your huddle. Ray Rice, who's been a lot more contrite, is not in football right now because all other things being equal, you don't want that in your huddle. It does make you wonder when the question is Art Briles' appearance. The appearance of this is bad when you can go talk to any football coach about consulting. Art Briles is the genius you got to go to when all other things are equal.
Will Chinano Onuaku break the stigma of underhanded free throws?
Shaquille O'Neal, I remember asking him one time if he would ever do this after Rick Barry suggested it, and Shaq said, that does not play to my constituency. I don't care how well I'd shoot free throws. It doesn't look good and I wouldn't do it. Here you go. You got a Houston Rocket, formerly of Louisville, in China, and he is doing this underhanded. And making it easy, and it does not look great, Bomani, but if it's effective, Bomani wants the style points, it looks like, from the side of his face.
It's not that I want the style points, it's that I don't want those points that bad. I mean, that's all it comes down to. Like, if you could promise me it'd give me a 30% jump, maybe I would do it. But I'm not afraid to admit, I do care what my friends think. Now, like, if I'm on the fringe and I can't stay in the league because of this, then all right, maybe we may start going over there to that one right there. So, yeah, I readily acknowledge this may not be the most rational thing that I have ever said, but Rick Barry is one of the greatest basketball players of all time, and all you remember is underhand free throws. That ain't about to be me. I'd rather you forget me than that be all you remember. Man scored 35 points a game once.
Hold on a second. So if I improved it by 30%? Okay.
Look, if it's going to put me out the league, then I'll do something to stop it. But, I mean, if he can rebound, all that other stuff don't matter. They just won't pass you the ball.
Well, it doesn't matter anyhow, because as soon as the season starts, the running beer will never pass the ball to him, so might as well,
Okay.
I mean, have your fun in China now.
I know, but the internet's forever. We already have this on this guy. This is all I know about this guy.
See what I'm saying?
Next on highly questionable, he's going to probably throw up.
Oh, that's it. Oh, my father with the correct prediction right there.
He got
That's
it.
right.
Way to go. Here
I've
it
been there
comes.
before. I've been there
Oh,
before.
my God. It's not a little bit of throw up either. Good
Oh,
God.
no. Now, okay,
Oh,
as it rotates, this
wow.
Time to play the game that has a fire down below. Do you question?
give us topics and events. We question them.
Do you question if we are witnessing greatness in the making?
All right, I didn't know we had a new hockey player I'm supposed to know about, but his name is Austin Matthews. He's the #1 overall pick this year. Somehow he's from Arizona. He plays for the Maple Leafs. That's one.
Oh, is he the guy who scored 4 goals last night?
Yeah. We were actually going to get to the part about the 4 goals before you said something. There we go. He could be Carl Tuffy Rhodes for all I know. That's pretty impressive.
I mean, 4 goals in your opener, I suppose you could do better than that with 5 or 6 goals, but how often do you see that?
Well, it's one of two things that we've got here. Either this is the beginning of greatness, or number 2, the beginning of crushing disappointment, for we have now hurled our expectations on top of you, and they just might crush you. Good luck with that.
Well, wait a minute. These aren't the expectations, right? Because that would be amazing if he did that every game. I don't think these are the expectations.
If this is where he's starting, there's nowhere to go but up.
This isn't going to be the average, is it?
I have a new favorite Latino player. You know, his mother is Mexican-American. I love this guy. You see the Latino look in his face? He's so fired up, you know? That's right, Matthews, you know? Austin Matthews, a name that you'll never forget in hockey now.
So what you're telling me is that the future of hockey is a Mexican dude from Arizona.
That's right.
You got it. Do you question whether this guy is more entertaining than Austin Matthews?
Ontario Hockey League. Is this guy going to score more than 4 goals? Let's see what we've got here. Who's this guy? Oh, that guy. Is it that guy? Yeah.
Here we go.
This is always
Yeah,
difficult.
only a matter of time.
Yeah, always difficult on the ice.
I mean, I imagine that since he's from Ontario, he had to know that was going to happen.
Stay away.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is.
To the point, are there not more than 1 television camera at this particular event? I wanted more camera shots of all of that.
Okay, that's American opulence and greed there. Why don't you have more
Yes.
cameras at your junior hockey league
Yes,
game?
that's correct.
Do you question if this kid enjoy his ride?
We're going to Texas.
That's it.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like a bull. This must be a state fair.
Oh, is this going to be horrifying? Is this just stuck? What's going to happen? Oh, that's it. Oh, my father with the correct prediction right there.
He got
That's
it.
right.
Way to go. Here
I've
it
been there
comes.
before. I've been there
Oh,
before.
my God. It's not a little bit of throw up either. Good God.
Now, okay,
Oh,
as it rotates, this
wow.
is, all right.
Wow.
So here's what's going to happen after we get off this ride. I don't know which of y'all did this, but I'm snatching one of you up, and I bet we find out soon who the culprit was. I'm going one by one till I find it.
I don't think it's going to be that hard. It's going to be the guy who's green. Hey, did you make it hail chunks of vomit?
Yeah, you're still getting to work for it, though. I understand I should probably have some sympathy for your ailment, but you're about to get these beats.
First, I got married to money. Then I fell in love with that daddy. You do what you want when you're a puppy. Yeah, you do what you want when you're a puppy. You do what you want once you cop it. You do what you want when you got it. Yeah, you do what you want when you're a puppy. You do what you want when you're a puppy.
And apparently he's popping. I think that's what that is.
Strike 3!
No.
Highly questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that is a legendary swashbuckler. See or no?
Buckler. No, Buckler.
Get to the intrigue part.
Tell us what's on television tonight. We'll tell you if we're intrigued.
Tonight in San Diego, Broncos and Chargers.
Oh, you know how this is going to end, but you've got to watch to see how it's going to end, right? It's going to be 11 seconds left. Phillip Rivers has to go 90 yards with no timeouts, and he's down 4 points. That's how all his games end. The Chargers, going into last week, led more minutes than anyone in the league. And this is how that game ended with 2 minutes left. They were playing for the tie there, and they botched the entire field goal situation. Oh my God, good snap. The kick would have been Chargers football, and then we're the bad news bears is what he's mouthing out there, and he's right. Bomani, are you intrigued?
One thing, by the way, when there's a fumble back there on the kickoff, the two dudes on the roster who want the least part of a fumble pile are the two that you're trusting to get the ball, the kicker and the punter.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Well, listen, I have a solution for Phillips, you know? What you got to do is get rid of all these guys that are playing with you and go in and use your kids. You know, you got about 15 of them, you know, so they're going to do a better job than these guys. At least they'll listen to you all the way through the game, you know?
He is like one kid away from having a full side in the house.
On the Golf Channel, the Safeway Open.
No, not interested in this, but Steph Curry was out the other day and he was playing with somebody. And what happened? Explain this to me. Show me what happened here. Okay, Steph Curry's taking shots in white pants from a distance.
Let's take it into about 30 feet.
Try in front of the bunker.
Oh, his playing partner.
Really? Steph.
Harold will be the first one to make it. I'm thinking this might be his week here, guys. I told you.
Oh, Steph. Bomani, are you intrigued?
I couldn't really tell from that angle there, but I got a feeling a whole lot of people at that event are like, well, you know, I thought Harold might make it. I mean, it's just something about him. What might it be?
Poppy, what about you? Are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, buddy, I like what I see. Hey, Kevin Durant, you better be careful because Steph Curry's shooting with another guy, and this guy can make those long shots from the outside under pressure, you know. Not like you did on OKC. You know, I'm telling you something. You got your work cut out now with this guy. You got competition.
Only thing, though, the Warriors don't have any nerve to judge anyone for blowing a 3-1 lead.
Tonight, Jeopardy!
I'll always stop for a couple of questions and then feel dumb and then move on. Bomani probably doesn't feel dumb when he watches Jeopardy. He probably feels pretty good about himself when he watches Jeopardy. What do we have here?
I think it's very fun. It's called Nerdcore Hip Hop. It's
Nerdcore
Hip Hop. Yes. It's people who identify as nerdy, rapping about the things they love: video games, science fiction, having a hard time meeting romantic partners. You know, it's really catchy and fun.
Losers, in other words.
Well,
Wow!
sure.
Wow! Trebek raining down judgment on that poor woman. Bomani, are you intrigued?
I don't know if anybody's buying Weird Al records in 2016, but if they are, that's them. It's all about the Pentiums. What?
Weird Al Jankovic. Poppy, let me guess. You're intrigued, right? Let me guess. Wild guess. Are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, this guy, I like Trebek. You know, he's not a genius. You know, he gets all the answers beforehand. You know, he knows what the answer is because he has been doing this show for about 45 years now. You know, so I mean, he ain't smart. You know, he's not that smart as he thinks he is. You know what I mean? So you better get your stuff together, Alex.
And he knew that answer as soon as he started explaining. He knew these are a bunch of losers.
Suck it, Trebek.
He's from Canada too. Who takes that guy seriously anyhow? That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
We will talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Gracias. See you mañana.
He didn't put his line in the form of a question. He should have said, what are losers?
Yeah, that's right. No points for you, Trebek.